What is going on, guys? I'm SceptileMC here, George, the coach of the San Francisco Arcaniners. And today I have for you my playoff semifinals match against Mulvone or the Cincinnati Loudreds. Now, before I get into it, I'm going to do my team builder because I didn't have time to do a team builder. We actually battled late on Saturday night, so I didn't have time to upload a team builder for that. So, I'm just going to go over the team now. If you would like to skip the team builder and don't care that much, I'll probably have a time thing as I did last time, just kind of indicating where it ends. But anyway, I'm predicting him to run a very specific team. Weavile, Landorus, Azelf, Manectric, maybe the Dusknoir, the Fortress, and the Gastrodon. Those are the 7 Pokemon I really am expecting him to bring. If he brings the Zangoose, I could have a problem. If he brings the Typhlosion, I could have a massive problem. But I decided I would predict more or plan more for those 7 Pokemon than any other. So right now I have Water Hazard, Max HP, Max Attack, Aqua Jet, Knockoff, Waterfall, and the Substitute. I have the Substitute, so if I can sub on the switch to like a Death Fodder and then Aqua Jet to kill it, then I'm up behind a sub. I don't get intimidated that way. Aqua Jet's obvious. I can hit the Typhlosion, I can hit the Landorus, I can hit the Manectric, the Azelf. If they're not running bulk and I'm not intimidated, I do like 75% to the Azelf. No, I do like maybe 65% to the Azelf. I do like 65% to the Manectric, and I kill the Landorus. So this thing is overall just going to be my late game sweeper. It's going to clean up at the end, and that's the plan with it. Next up, we have the Gothitelle. We got Felicia. Obviously, Shadow Tag. We have the Energy Ball, the Shadow Ball, the Trick Room, and the HP Fighting. Now, I don't have a Psychic Stab on this mod. Now, the reason is because I have a very, very specific plan for this. He's going to bring the Gastrodon. I have a feeling he's going to bring the Gastrodon. And I have the Energy Ball, so I'm going to trap it. I'm going to go for Energy Ball. Then I feel like he's going to have the Weavile, so he's going to go into Weavile. He's going to try to Pursuit Trap me or Knock Off. I'm going to stay in HP Fighting and take it out. Or I'm going to Trick Room first, then HP Fighting and take it out. Trick Room, the main reason I have Trick Room, it's not for my Gothitelle to sweep. It's not for obviously my Mega Lopunny to sweep, or my Nidoqueen, or my Rotom, or my Bronzong. It's not for any of those. It's mainly for Crawdon. If I get rid of his Fortress, and probably maybe the Dusknoir too if he has it, and the Gastrodon, and I go for Trick Room, Water Hazard does sweep his entire team. If I get up that Trick Room at the right time, I sweep his entire team with this Pokemon. So that is the main reason why I am running the Trick Room. And then I have the Shadow Ball in there as well, like over the Psychic, because I want to hit the Dusknoir and the Azelf if he brings either. Of course, you'll have the U-turn on the Azelf and probably the Shadow Punch, Shadow Sneak, maybe Sucker Punch on the Dusknoir. So probably won't get off the Shadow Ball, but I just have it in case I need it. Next up, this is my Landorus T counter, Zangoose counter, and etc. This Pokemon walls Landorus T to an extent. It can take 2 knockoffs if it has its Cold Berry intact and it's at about 90% of its health. I can take 2 knockoffs, so I can switch it in, I can take it, I can burn it. Knockoff without the Cold Berry does about 50% to me. Knockoff with the Cold Berry does about maybe 35%. So that's the plan with that set. I have the Will-O-Wisp, I have the Hex, the Volt Switch, and the Pain Split. Again, this is my Landorus counter. This is the reason why I have this Pokemon on the team right now. I have the Burn as well. I can pass around the Burns if he doesn't want to stay in. I can burn like the Manectric. Sorry. I can burn the Fortress. Burn the Dusknoir. I can burn the Gastrodon. And of course I have the Hex after that, because if I'm going to be burning things, I'm going to want to get off the Hex. And plus, the power difference between a Hex and Shadow Ball is only 15 base power, so I feel like Hex is a very good move to run in this situation. Because if I can get up a base 130 base power Hex, that is a massive amount of damage to anything. Then I have the Volt Switch for the initiative if I ever get to use it, and the Pain Split so I can maintain my Rotom and a good amount of health to wall the Landorus. Now, moving on to Dingalong right here. I have the specially defensive Heat-Proof Bronzong with the Kustat Berry, That is right, this is a very strange set, but it is the set that I'm running. I have the Stealth Rocks, I want rocks on my side, or on his side. I want to be doing 12% every time he comes in. Pokemon like the Landorus and the Manectric, I want to get those things affected by rocks so that Aqua Jet can kill him later on. I have Explosion, Earthquake, and Trick Room. Again, this mon's going to come in, it can take a hit from anything. You can go for the Trick Room, Water Hazard comes in and sweeps. That is the plan I'm banking on right here. I also have, and the reason I have Explosion is for Pokemon like the Azelf or the Manectric or the Typhlosion. If they come in on me and they expect they can take me out, I have the Heat Proof. I can take a Fire Blast, I can take a Flamethrower, I can take an Overheat, I can take a Modest Specs Overheat. Modest Choice Specs Overheat does like 70% to me right now. So if I take Rocks damage, I activate my Q-Step area, I go for Rocks, and I'm probably just going to explode in his face and just kill him off, because that's what I want to do with my life, is just explode. But yeah, that's the reason behind that set. I don't have the Levitate, which is risky because of the Landorus, but I do have the Rotom as a hard counter to it. Not a hard counter, more of like a check, but I do have the Rotom as my switch into it. And then what Landorus is going to Earthquake a Bronzong? You have to think about that as well. It's just the fact that I bring a Bronzong, he immediately thinks, wow, it's Levitate. I can't go for Earthquake on it. So that's why I have Heat Proof, just to kind of change it up a little bit. Next up, we have the Choice Scarfed Nidoqueen right here. The Earth Power, the Flamethrower, the Ice Beam, and the Shadow Ball. I have the Shadow Ball to take out the Azelf and the Dusknoir, the Flamethrower to take on the Fortress, the Ice Beam to take on the Landorus, and the Earth Power to take on pretty much everything else on his side. So that's pretty much the base behind this set. I have enough speed to outspeed Mega Manectric, which is the same base speed as my Mega Lopunny, so I can outspeed that as well. And this is just the revenge killer right here. This is what it comes in. It hits pretty hard. It doesn't hit as hard as it could, but it hits pretty fucking hard. Go for stuff like Earth Power, and yeah, that's just, it's a pretty basic set. I don't have any support on it. I'm not running a Choice Scarfer with Rocks or Toxic Spikes this time. I'm going 4 attacks, the coverage I need. And yeah, it's pretty much that. Now the last Pokemon is going to be Shifu. The Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny just outspeeds everything except for the Mega Manectric, except for Choice Scarf Landorus, which he's going to have to bring again. I know he's bringing a Choice Scarf Landorus, and I know that's going to be a thing. He's going to have enough speed to most likely outspeed a Nidoqueen if his Choice Scarf or just run max speed. I don't know what he's going to do, but that's what I assume. I got the Fake Out because I do not like the Weavile, I do not like the Azelf, I do not like Typhlosion, I do not like Mega Manectric. I like getting that Fake Out damage off. I have Substitute, so on the switch, if he wants to sack something off, I go for Substitute. It's the same thing with Caradon. I can go for Substitute on the switch. If they sack something off, then I go for a turn and the combination of High Jump Kick. I can't get intimidated. And yeah, that's pretty much the basis behind the team, guys. So, just want to say a quick thing before we get into the video. This battle is going to be on Pokemon Showdown, not over the Wi-Fi, because Mulvone's having problems with his Wi-Fi. He disconnected over the course of the day and was not able to reconnect, so he had to do it on his laptop somewhere else, I think, or just he had to use a hotspot. I don't know, but it has to be done on Pokemon Showdown. I'm sorry about that, but it's what has to be done. So, guys, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. What is going on, guys? I'm SceptileMC or George. Even I already did the intro for the video, but I'm paused and restarted. Oh my god, yeah, whatever. We're here with the battle. Mulvone, he is on the closer side, I'm on the farther side. If you cannot tell, if you can tell, then you are a savage and good job. But he brought the Mega Manectric, the Landorus, the Fortress, the Azelf, the Gastron, and the Dusknoir. It's basically the Pokemon I expected him to bring. I'm really happy not to see it to Typhlosion or Zangoose. Would have been huge threats to my team, and just very happy he did not bring those. But anyway, he has led off with his Landorus every single time I've battled him. It's always been the Landorus, so I'm going to predict him to do the same thing. It's his best play, honestly, because he just has a U-turn, but I'm going to lead off with my Rotom in order to bait him into going for the knockoff or something like that. He's going to Mega Evolve with the Mega Manectric and just go for the Flamethrower, trying to see how much damage to do. I'm max HP. I take that pretty decently, actually, and I burned the Manectric, which is fantastic for me. I'm so happy that I was able to get the burn off on this thing. He's going to Volt Switch right here, and I know he's probably, I'm going to actually turn this down, it's still out of my ear. He's gonna go into Gastron as I Pain Split. Now, I did this in the previous game. I'm just gonna do this again. gonna hard switch into my Gothitelle, and he's trapped. Just like that, he's trapped. But he gets a crit and a burn. That's fine. I'm just like, okay, I still trap the Gastron. It's not like he has the Weavile, so it's not like I have to take a Pursuit or something like that. I go for Energy Ball and I take out the Gastron. The crit burn really doesn't matter too much on Felicia. It just means that I'm not able to save it, basically. So I sack it off right here to the U-turn, as he just goes out into his Mega Manectric just to get up the Volt Switching initiative. Now I go into my Nidoqueen right here because I'm obviously Choice Scarf. I know I can outspeed this thing. I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball though, predicting him to either want to go into Dusknoir or the Azelf or the really Dusknoir or the Azelf. I didn't think his Fortress honestly wanted to take a hit. And there's a crit and another crit. So Shadow Ball gets a crit on him, which actually did matter. It made it a 2-hit kill instead of a 3-hit kill. And then the Shadow Sneak went off, and I'm actually gonna put this on slow because I'm a little behind right here. Here, I know he's gonna be most likely going for the prediction, but I do have the Cold Barrier. There's a chance I can survive, but he does actually take me out with 2 knockoffs. Couldn't stay in on this thing on the chance went for Earthquake. My Nidoqueen is too valuable. Now here, I decide to go into my Water Hazard, and I don't have a reason not to go for a Waterfall here. I go for Substitute. It wasn't my best play, but if he had gone into something like the Manectric instead, it would have been my best play. But I do just go for the sub and then the knockoff. He's going to break my sub right here with the Volt Switch, which is actually fine, honestly. I don't really mind that too much. And he's just going to go out here, I believe, into his Azelf. He's going to go into Azelf. He can just U-turn out on me. He can go for Energy Ball. I don't know what he wants to do, but I'm kind of afraid of that thing. So what I'm just going to do here is I'm going to go out into my Bronzong. I know my Bronzong can take any hit from this thing. He's just going to go for a Psychic. I'm assuming predicting my switch into Nidoqueen. But yeah, that's a thing. But he's going to go into Fortress right here, as I'm actually going to pull a... No, I don't pull a double switch. I go for my Stealth Rocks right here. And I decide to switch out right here into my Nidoqueen, because I can take any hit. I can take a Gyro Ball, I can take a Volt Switch, I can do anything like that. He actually decides to Rapid Spin. He really does not want Rocks Up on the inside of the field, but I do want my Rocks Up, because that means Aqua Jet has a better chance to kill everything. Now here, the Flamethrower, it takes out everything on his team at this point. It doesn't take everything out, but it does a lot of damage versus everything. So now he's going to go into Azelf, and I'm thinking, is this thing Choice Scarfed? Is this thing potentially actually Choice Scarfed? But I'm going to predict him to go for the Fire Blast or the Flamethrower, predicting me to go into Bronzong. Not going to go for the Psychic. And there we go. Now here, I decide, you know what? I am the Heat Proof. He does not have the knockoff, I think. So I'm going to go into my Bronzong. Turns out he goes for the Psychic this turn, so I get my Bronzong in for free. Now, I go for my Rocks right here. I decide, you know what? I can go for Rocks, then I can go for Trick Room. And he gets a crit. I can still survive another one. Do not worry. This is fine. I can go for my Rocks, then go for Trick Room, and I basically win the game with Crawdon. He's going to go for another 5, he's going to get another crit. And at this point, I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm going to lose this game because of crits. I'm going to lose this game because he's critting me. I crit him, but he's critting me too. But I have to calm down. I actually have to calm myself down in this battle. I had to think, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to go into Mega Lopunny. I'm just going to go for a Fake Out. If this thing is Choice Scarf, which, no, it's not Choice Scarf, but I have to go for Fake Out because I am the regular Lopunny still. So I go for Fake Out, and I get a critical hit. Now, this crit puts me in a very good spot because I can still kill him with an Intimidate Aqua Jet. So this game is relying on Crawdon still, not for its ability under Trick Room, but its priority in the Aqua Jet. So I'm gonna go back into Crawdon right here. Obviously, I debated going for the Substitute right here, predicting him to want to save this thing, but he doesn't. I go for Aqua Jet, and I made the safe play instead of over predicting, which even if he went into Azelf there, I do believe I still had a very good chance to win this game. But anyway, he's going to go into Azelf. I'm going to go for Aqua Jet, and I end up getting a crit. Now, this was a roll, but the crit still sucks. Obviously, it sucks, but I got a crit. Again, there's a lot of crits in this game. Now, he's going to go into the Mega Manectric. I don't want to save this, really, because I don't have a reason to, so I'm just going to go for Aqua Jet, just maybe 36%. Mega Manectric is going to take me out with a T-Bolt, but Mega Lopunny can just come right back out and go for a Fake Out, and we're going to win round 2 of the playoffs. 1-0 versus the Cincinnati Loudreds. Now, that was a fantastic game, mulvone. It was very hacksy. It was a very hacksy game, but it was still close. It was still brought down to the wires between our megas at the end. Mega opening game, the last kill with fake out, and yeah, guys, so we move on to the finals now. Oh my god, we're moving to the finals of GBA Season 5. Holy shit. This was the plan, obviously. This was my intention to try to do. I was trying to win the whole thing, but the fact that it's actually possibly happening is just really unbelievable, to be honest. But anyways, guys, who do we play next week? I'm not going to say who we play next week. If you want to see who I'm going to play, you have to check out Dan's or Fizz's video, which is also going up today. I think that was a pretty good battle too. So yeah, guys, Arcaniners Nation, San Francisco Arcaniners, we're gonna try to win it all, guys. So if you enjoyed, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. Peace out.